G'day, I'm Richard, and today I'm going to be talking about the Manuka honey branding issue between Australia and New Zealand. I have chosen this topic because I have friends who are involved in the industry, and exports of honey have increased drastically due to the sudden rise in demand for Manuka. In recent years, New Zealand Manuka honey has gained a reputation throughout the world for its antibacterial properties. There hasn't been any proven beneficial effects from eating Manuka honey, but there is always more research being conducted. There are major benefits to applying it to the skin, as it acts as an antibacterial cream. This has caused demand to skyrocket, and because of the small supply, so has the price. This has gained the attention of our neighbours across the ditch. Australia has many different tea tree species that give the honey its amazing antibacterial properties, but they are not getting the same demand or prices for their product. Their honey is slightly different in that it isn't from one species but multiple. It was originally called bush jelly because of this reason. Due to the differences, Australian honey companies such as Honey Australia have begun to piggyback on the marketing of New Zealand beekeepers and calling their product by the mouldy name of Manuka. Australia attempting to use this name could have a huge effect on the market for New Zealand Manuka honey. The increase in Manuka on the market would decrease the price of the product, meaning that some costs during production may have to be cut. For example, in some areas in New Zealand, hives are kept in very remote locations and helicoptered into the bush. This would be a massive cost for companies. With the decrease in price, companies may have to make cuts in their production. Using a helicopter in this way may no longer be affordable. Keeping hives in a remote location also adds another desirable factor. Honey made in remote, pollution-free environments essentially adds another point to market their product with. The loss of this factor may affect the consumer's decision to purchase New Zealand honey, as the clean green factor can affect the decisions largely. In places like China, middle-class families have a preference towards the clean green image. The Australians' use of the name may have an effect on the brand image because of the variety of species in the country, and the honey could be less effective than Manuka from New Zealand. New Zealand producers believe that the Manuka name could be copyrighted so that unless it comes from New Zealand, then it cannot be called Manuka. A good example of this is champagne. If the wine doesn't come from the region of Champagne in France, then it cannot be called by the famous name. This would be an efficient way of protecting the New Zealand export market for Manuka and preventing countries such as Australia from riding on the coattails of our established image.